I like to say I'm not John Plecnik, I'm not John Plecnik, I'm John Plecnik, and I'm darn proud of it. As some of you might have guessed, Plecnik is a Slovenian name, and that's a big reason why I'm a conservative Republican. Because my grandfather was a small businessman. He owned a lumber mill in his little village of Otereshica, where he was a very religious Catholic, went to church, and was also the mayor of a village of about 550 people. And when the communists took over with Yugoslavia, took over Slovenia, he had 3 strikes against him. He was a capitalist as a small businessman, he was a Christian as someone who went to church, and he was a politician. People voted for him. So they put my grandfather on a death list, and thank God for the United States of America, because he was able to come to Ohio and start a new life with his family. My father was just 11 years old when they came to Ohio. But I would be a professor at the University of Ljubljana right now instead of Cleveland State University if it weren't for communism. And I know full well that Bernie Sanders and the socialism hint really means communism that we're hearing about today. I know the danger that it represents. So I'm not just a Republican because I kind of agree. I'm a Republican because I'm only alive, because my family is only alive, because of the values we have in this country. But I want to talk about President's Day for a second, because that's the real reason we're all here. Our first president, George Washington, always said, "Deeds, not words. Actions speak louder than words." Every person can step up to this microphone and promise you the world. And by the way, there are a lot of Democrats who are doing that right now. But with the small positions I've been trusted with, I haven't just promised, I've kept my promises. When I ran for council, when I asked to be a library trustee, I said I would never vote for a deficit budget. A lot of people say they won't, but when it comes in front of them, oh, the employees, they pressured me. The donors, they pressured me. Oh, I can see the compromise. No. I voted no on a deficit budget as a councilman. And when I became chair of finance, when Republicans took a majority of council, we only passed balanced budgets. We had a $14 million debt when I first took office as a city councilman for Willoughby Hills. When I left, $7 million. Cut it in half. And I cut taxes twice in that same period. I didn't just talk about it, I did it. When I said, running for council, that one of the biggest issues we had was we had a vacant building, Sam's Club. One of the biggest businesses in our city and in Lake County had left. I said I was going to fill that building. Before I left, 300 new jobs, produce packaging, real tax dollars, real support for our city. I brought them in. And when I say I brought them in, I mean that when our mayor said, like Nancy Pelosi, I'm too busy trying to get rid of all the Republicans. I had produce packaging call me and say, we don't know what to do. Your mayor won't come to the meeting. Your mayor won't support us. You're the chair of finance. What will you do? Well, I went to the meeting with Jobs Ohio. I negotiated. I drafted the tax abatement. And we brought over 300 good-paying jobs in the city. Because when the liberals don't show up, the Republicans do, and we get the job done. That's what I'm talking about when I say actions speak louder than words. I know I've only been trusted with humble and modest roles. And what I'm running for is another one. But let me tell you, those roles add up when you elect the right people. I gotta say again, President's Day. This is about re-electing President Donald Trump. When I say that I'm pro-life, I mean I've been pro-life my entire life. When I say I'm pro-Second Amendment, I mean no red flag laws, not the pink versions. And when I say pro-Donald Trump, I mean I was a volunteer team leader for Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention. I was at the first volunteer meeting for him in Lake County, and I am proud to say I voted for him in the primary in 2016, and I'll be voting for him now. Thank you. I'm John Plecnik.